Good morning, Team Network members. It's Monday morning, March the 10th, and it's time for another episode of Coffee with Curt. Thank you for joining me here today. It's going to be a fantastic week in Team Network. Just to go over the schedule real quick, because I got so much to talk about. I'm so excited. We have two Martys today. The Southern Maryland team, the St. Mary's Choice, is meeting. Michelle Camioni at Century 21 is hosting. We've got a Marty in Frederick tonight. Tomorrow's a big Marty at Tony's, Rockville Central Auto Body. We've got, I sent a lot of invitations to you folks out there that don't have a category. It's just the Bethesda Rockville Rainmakers, but it's always a great Marty at Tony's. Get on down there, check it out. And then on Wednesday from 4:30 to 7 is the Huddle. And First Merchant Services is sponsored it. It's going to bring out the appetizers. And so get on down there. We have a team captains meeting right prior to that for a couple hours. And we're going to be working on figuring out ways to help you guys be more successful in Team Network. But boy, it really has been an exciting time. We had a fantastic month in February. There's no doubt about it. The Team Network is on the move. There's a lot of buzz. People are talking about us. There's better attendance at Marty's. There's more guests. We're growing, and things are really happening. And all this is going to do is just accelerate. When we roll out this new Team Network app next month, we are going to be on a road in 2014. I've been at this for 22 years, and I haven't really felt this kind of excitement since I really probably first started in this business. And because people came up to me and said, I'm really making the connections in Team Network. I love the concept. I love the model. But, how do I get more out of it? And so I've really made it quite simple. You can just look at your scorecard. And, because people said, what do I got to do? So I just spelled it out. There's about 15 different types of activities. Obviously, there's, attending your own Marty. Now we got people visiting more Martys than ever before and visiting other teams. We've got the Net Fest. We've got the Huddle. All those kinds of things. But there is one area that's an activity on there. It's about visits. And I want you to kind of think out of the box for just a minute about the visits, because I think this is an area where you can really have a lot of fun and connect with your members and really build the kind of relationships. Networking, the best kind of networking really is when it's one-on-one or in small groups. And there's a lot of things that I'm sure you guys are doing out there in networking, and that you really need to start thinking about inviting your friends and your fellow Team Network members to attend with you. For instance, I just wrote down a few things here on a piece of paper, and because I know that you guys, Team Network is only one networking organization, and I'm sure that you're members of chambers, trade shows, you go to business expos and home shows. There are other networking groups. There's BizConnect is actually a member of Team Network, and there's Mid-Atlantic. There's all kinds of things out there, and really you should never go to any of these kinds of functions without calling a couple fellow team members and send out a couple emails. Hey, I'm going to be at this business expo. Hey, I'm going to this chamber affair. Hey, I'm going over to a Mid-Atlantic event, and meet me there. Or better yet, like we had Becky Briggs, the team leader in the Rockville Action Team, called 4 or 5. She heard about a great networking event down in D.C. She got on the phone, called a few members. They got together, got in the same vehicle, drove down there together. Of course, they're networking in the car on the way down. They're at the event together, and then they're driving back. Fantastic idea. That's the kind of thing you can do. How about you sports enthusiasts? I've had invitations from some of you folks who have season tickets to the Washington Nationals, or I've been to Orioles games, been to Redskins games with members. Many of you love to play golf, belong to health clubs, country clubs, that you play tennis. Find out from your team members what kind of, how are you affiliated with one another? What are your favorite things to do? Find out who they are and do those kinds of things. I mean, I've even met Team Network members. We've got spring in the air. Go out to the driving range and call 2 or 3 team members to meet you out there. Some of the folks that that like to that like to play golf. Bowling is a great social event. How about hobbies? I happen to be someone who likes to kayak. My wife and I have kayaks, and I've had a few team members that have gone out to the lake and paddled around with myself and some friends. I'm into birding. Okay, kind of a strange thing, but gotten pretty good at it, very experienced, and I've had a few team members, about 3 or 4 team members that I've gone birding with. I won't embarrass you, but you know who you are. Many of you belong to book clubs. Invite your fellow team members to those kinds of things, and chess clubs and bridge, whatever. How about entertaining? Just this weekend, I went to see some live music, and I called 2 or 3 different couples that I know in Team Network, and I said, hey, I'm going to this event. You live nearby. Why don't you meet me there? And I had a couple join us there. We had a fantastic time, got to know them better. There's all kinds of festivals, there's wineries, there's, you could do home parties. I mean, there's, call Valerie Crow, set up a wine tasting and invite some of your team members to meet you there, dinner parties. I've had many dinner parties with fellow team members. We had a Team Network cruise last year. Had a lot of team members go on that, and we got another one coming up. Dina's is planning. We've got, how about charity events? Of course, we've got our own Shirley and Robbie Bradbury, who have started a Jill's House Dance respite center down in McLean for kids with disabilities and things. It's a fantastic charity, really heartwarming, and they do this dance that's just fabulous. We had about 15 or 20 team members there last year that participated. But these are the kinds of things I'm talking about. Just keep your Team Network members in mind. Find out who in Team Network kind of likes some of the same things you do, and get on the phone or send a few emails out the next time you're going to go to one of these events. Say, hey, meet me out there, or hey, I'll come pick you up. So, and obviously there's one-on-ones and coffees and lunches and punches and all those things too. And those are fantastic. Those are really one-on-one and focused on helping generate business. But this is the kind of fun networking that will help you make great connections out there. That's really all I had for today. So go out there, keep your team networkers in mind, jump on that scorecard and do these kinds of things. You're going to score some points that way too. But in the meantime, you'll build some fantastic relationships. So we will see you next time, next week, next Monday on Coffee with Curt.